All right. Bismillah wa alhamdulillah wa salawat wa salam ala rasulillah wa alihi wa sahbihi wa min wala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, I pray you and your families are well. Such an honor to have you all with us. Welcome to our international lecture series of ISIP, the International Students of Islamic Psychology. Thank you so much for giving out of your precious time to join us and to learn more about our sacred tradition of Islamic psychology and ilm al-nafs. As you guys know, we do our international lecture series twice a month, the second Sunday of the month at 9:30 a.m. GMT, and the last Saturday of the month at 1:30 p.m. GMT. And we're trying to invite different scholars, practitioners within the field of Islamic psychology and beyond, speaking about different aspects of mental health, well-being, healing, health generally from a Islamic, epistemological, and ontological point of view. Today, I'm very happy to announce one of our great Usthadhs. I had the honor to meet him last year when I was in Spain, in south of Spain. Our Usthadh Abdul Tawfiq, he is a Spanish convert to Islam, and he has been an inspiration for many brothers and sisters, not only in Spain, but internationally as well. And he is by far one of the people that I admire because he lives such a fitri lifestyle. When I met him the first time, he was trying to help me to breathe from a fitri point of view, and I had issues. And he was explaining to me how stress and anxiety doesn't allow us to breathe according to our fitra and our true innate nature, the way that we are born. And the way that he explained was truly remarkable, and it made me realize that even if I am interested in, psychology, Islamic psychology, holistic health, I have so much to do in working with my own way of connecting with my breath, connecting with my jasad, my jism, and my body and my physical entity. So we are very honored that Ustad Abdul Tawfiq has accepted our request to come and share his vast amount of expertise and experience in how we can utilize Fitrah Breathing, which is a concept that he has developed. And I'm also happy to announce that we will next year, inshallah, by the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, start a crash course in Fitrah Breathing within the ISIP and our research center, the Al-Balkhi Institute, together with Ustad Abdul Tawfiq, inshallah. We're looking forward to learn from him. And more information about this program will be shared later on. And throughout this session, we will share some beneficial resources in the Zoom chat. And we're going to establish a WhatsApp group solely for those who are interested in knowing more about Fitrah Breathing. This link will be also shared in the Zoom chat, inshallah, for all of you, dear brothers and sisters, to benefit from. So most welcome once more, dear brothers and sisters, and thank you for giving out of your precious time. ISIP will never be here without your participation and your contribution to the movement, and we appreciate all of you for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. I also want to thank Sister Nadira, who is the project manager for our International Lecture Series, for always doing khidmah in such an excellent way. I want to thank Sister Madiha, who is head of our design team, for always designing our marketing material in such an excellent way. And I also want to thank Sister Dania, the International Secretary, all of our colleagues in the ISIP International Lecture Series Task Force, and Sister Fatima, who's also one of the co-founders of ISIP, and all of our other brothers and sisters and all of our different initiatives for the amazing work you're doing. May Allah accept it from all of you. So today, dear brothers and sisters, we will speak about an introduction session towards Fitrah Breathing with our Ustad, Abdallah Tawfiq Velasco from Spain. So we're looking forward to learn what is Fitrah Breathing? How do we conceptualize Fitrah Breathing? How do we embody and practice breathing from a fitraic point of view? Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Before I hand it over to our beloved Ustad, just some aspects of today's agenda, dear beloved brothers and sisters. We'll just recite Surah Al-Fatiha in the first, just to get the blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After that, I will go through some of our guidelines with regards to ISIP, our mission statement, our vision statement, a little bit about the Zoom etiquettes, etc. Then we will allow Ustad Abdullah Tawfiq to take over the stage. And after his session, we will have some time for Q&As. So write all of your questions that you want us to ask to Ustad Abdullah in the Zoom chat throughout the session, and I will address them to them in the end and to him in the end of the session, inshallah. All right, let's just recite Surah Al-Fatiha, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Malik yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina al-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim wa la daalin. Sadaqallah. Barakallahu fiqh. Barakallahu fiqh. Jazakallah khairan. So, just essentially, with regards to the Zoom etiquettes, dear brothers and sisters, please keep your cameras on at all times. It's always nice to see one another if possible. You can also utilize the gallery view, which is an option that Zoom offers, just so you can see the beautiful suhbah that we are. You have brothers and sisters from all over the world that are interested in the same topics and themes as you. No recording or screenshots are allowed. Within a couple of days, we will upload the recordings of this session on ISIP's YouTube channel. The link to the YouTube channel will be shared in the Zoom chat for all of you to benefit from. So it will be provided. And we will also ask Usthadh Abdallah if he will be open to share his PowerPoint presentation. And then we will email it out to all of you who have registered to the session today, inshallah. Keep your microphone muted at all times. Due to the time limitation of our sessions, we don't allow any questions directly from the microphone. If you have any questions, please write them in the Zoom chat, and I will personally address them to Usthadh Abdallah at the end of the session. Rename yourself if possible. It's always nice to see the diversity that we represent when it comes to nationality and ethnical background. As I mentioned, utilize the chat options for questions, and throughout the session, Sister Nadira and myself will share some relevant resources to you to benefit from. If you need any live transcriptions, dear brothers and sisters, please feel free to press the More button in the bottom end of the Zoom application and then request for it, and we will give access to that to all of you, inshallah. So a little bit about ISIP and our mission statement. So ISIP, the International Students of Islamic Psychology, is an inclusive space designed to connect people with diverse backgrounds interested in Islamic psychology and Muslim mental health. We aim to disseminate knowledge, share resources, and discuss best practices in a free and accessible manner. So everything that we do in ISIP is free of charge, so that everybody, no matter which social economical background you have, can benefit from the sacred knowledge of Islamic psychology. We also try to be a platform to enable further development of people's personal and professional interests, studies and understanding of Islamic psychology within their communities and countries of origin. So how can you connect with us, dear brothers and sisters? Please join our Islamic Psychology WhatsApp groups. There you can be part of our resource sharing and discussion themes, and there's so many beneficial resources that are shared there on a daily basis. Sister Nadira will share the link to our WhatsApp groups if you guys are not members already, so that you guys can join. If you guys want to start any initiatives within the ISIP or join ISIP as potential project managers or active organization committee members within our different task forces, local and regional chapters, and affiliated initiatives, feel free to reach out to us through mail. We will share our email address in the Zoom chat, or through the WhatsApp groups, or through our website. And if you want to become a member of ISIP via our website, please go to www.isip.foundation, and where you can get membership, which is free of charge, and then you can get access to our digital library with over 1,000 resources related to Islamic psychology and Muslim mental health. If you want to start the local chapter in your country, if we do not have a local chapter there, feel free to reach out to us, and we will be happy to help you to establish one, inshallah. You can also follow us on our social media handles, on Instagram or our YouTube channel. We have over 350 lectures in 10 different languages in our YouTube channel. It's really a place filled with gems, dear brothers and sisters. So please subscribe, please share, so that we can break the algorithm of YouTube, so that more people can benefit from sacred knowledge, such as Islamic psychology. This is the QR code to our WhatsApp group, so you can scan it if you want right now. But we will also share the link in the Zoom chat throughout the session. All right, dear brothers and sisters. As I mentioned earlier, we will next year start the program in Fitrah Breathing with Usthadh Abdallah Tawfiq. So stay tuned, and we will share the WhatsApp groups of Fitrah Breathing for you guys to join to be updated. Nevertheless, Usthadh Abdallah Tawfiq Velasco is a psychologist at the Universidad Complutense in Madrid. He's trained in biogestalt and naturopathy modalities within psychology. A radio telegrapher officer, he has been of the Merchant Navy First Class, and he's also creator of the breathing coherence, breathing and postural psychotherapy, and integrative and transpersonal psychotherapy, primal voice and voluntary body movement, and many other psychosomatic modalities. He's also trained in prophetic medicine, the Sikh tradition, breathing within Tasawwuf as transformation of the heart, dying before dying. He's teacher of the Respiratory Psychotherapy training, the 12th, and he's also done a lot of research in Islamic psychology and psychotherapy and prophetic medicine. He has done a lot of workshops in different universities throughout the year in Cantabria, Castilla-La Mancha, and also the Hospital Fajardo, Hawan, in Cuba, Havana. And he has over 30 years of expertise and experience as a health professional of both mind, body, and heart. And he's also the author of the Teachings of the Knight in Rusty Armor, the 5th edition. SubhanAllah. He's a very esteemed and multi-talented Usthadh. So thank you so much for attending us today, and please forgive us for any shortcomings already now. And we will love your feedbacks as well, dear brothers and sisters. So please share that with us, and so that we can take that into account to perfect our initiatives as we speak. Let me stop sharing my screen now so that we can start to invite our Usthadh, Abdul Tawfiq. So without any further ado, dear brothers and sisters, well, let's give some digital applause and hands to our beloved Usthadh Abdallah Tawfiq, who will introduce the concept of Fitrah Breathing to us today. The floor is yours, dear Usthadh. Most welcome.
Assalamu alaikum to everybody. Alhamdulillah wa shukrillah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Alhamdulillah, we are living and we are breathing. Thank you very much to the ACIP and to go in the way how to pray Allah through the breathing in every time we are breathing. Yes, alhamdulillah. So I will do some PowerPoint, but I should like to say that meanwhile I will put some images. I will do some practice to be more more in contact with our body and with our breathing. So at first, please feel your body. Your body has a trunk, neck, head, two legs. Feel the body and feel the body through your breathing. Breathing is inside, stop, near, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation, and feel how the respiratory cycle expands during inhalation and during exhalation is the contraction. And this phenomenon, because breathing is a phenomenal way of system, is working your body in all the systems you have, and feel how you are now conscious of your body, you are breathing, and you can attend a little bit better what I am saying today. So Fitrah breathing is how to come back to the natural, true, and with sincerity, ikhlas, we come back to our natural way of breathing, biomechanical breathing. So when our biomechanical breathing is natural, like when we born, we can say that is the mother of medicine, because for working in the best way, our breathing, our body must be in the best position, posture, and all system must be integrated and in balance. So now we are breathing, okay? Feel how the air is enter in your body to your lungs. Feel it, because these breathings, these breaths, are coming from Nafas ar-Rahmani. All our breaths are coming from Nafas ar-Rahmani, and when we feel our breathing, we must taste that coming from Nafas ar-Rahmani, and this is why our life is continuous inside of us. So when every breath, pray to worship to Allah, because every breath belong to Allah, you know? So that marvelous, wonderful idea, how we are connection with Allah, because when we are conscious of our breathing, every breath of us worship to Allah, but when we are conscious, the worship is higher. Okay. So is to Allah to belong all our breaths. Nafas ar-Rahmani, La ilaha illallah. He creates, alayhi salam, Adam by his breath, spiritual and saint breath. So our breath, like I said some minutes before, our breath is a bridge, is a barsakh between our, between, sorry, between our body and our nerves. So is a barsakh our breath. Okay? Oh, anyway. Yes. So this is why when we are breathing, we are moving our body, and we are moving our personality, ego, nerves, character, and so on. So the important to be awareness of our breathings, especially as more many hundreds and thousands of times every day, we conscious of our breathing. So very important is that. Every breath comes from Allah, come here to our body, and every exhalation we return to Allah. You know how wonderful that is. So, the foundation of Fitrah Breathing, Islamic psychology, and prophetic medicine, Quran or Sunnah, because when we talk about breath, we need to talk about many factors that we are the human being. One thing interesting to understand is the difference between the psychologists of the a person when the problems of mental health in the human being when is because his ego, character, nafs, akhlaq, qarin, and when mental health is due to something like genes and so on. This is very important to consider, okay? Very important to consider and do the ruqya with very clear thoughts about these things. So I was researching the Quran and Sunnah, and we can see, we can read, there is the level of spiritual wave of breathing, phenomenology of breathing, existential breathing, and many ways of breathing, but I don't find in Quran and Sunnah the way of physiology, the biomechanical way how to do the exactly way writing, you know. So we have in the Sevilla, Spain, Ibn Soar is a Muslim that wrote about the biomechanical way how to breathe, about lung, the diaphragm, and so on. And his work is very interesting for the doctor. Here in Spain, they took this fundamental idea like a pioneer of this Muslim. So many, many spiritual men in Islam, the South, they talk about breathing in the way of existential and especially a spiritual way. Remember, during many times we are in this session. Please be conscious of your breathing, because you will be conscious of your body and ego, heart, and so on. So, you know, we are body, we are breathing, and we come from Nafas Rahmani. We are love. We are, and we must care for our body and our spirit, our heart. We must be conscious of ourselves and care our body in many ways how to do. We must consider the psychosomatic idea, how nerves, personality, ego, has the effect in the body, psychosomatic principle, idea, and we must consider this idea because the body is like is a way where the thunders come back to the body, and the body support all this fire from the nerves, you know, like a fear and jealousy and so on. The body is the reception of all this fire energy. And we need to care the body, and we need to care our body by a natural way of breathing. So, in this way, like now we are doing, we are conscious of our body, and we need to habit our body, to be body. And we need to do permission to the breathing to habit our body. We need to habit our body, and please, the breathing must habit ourselves. Those two very important principles, okay? Allah gave our body like length our body like a money, amana. And we need love and care it, the body, to get a spiritual body. So, everybody comes from a mother. With some exercise, we can come back to the feeling when we were in the womb of our mother, matriz, Rahma. This is why we must to love our mother, okay, our father too, but we come from a human. That's very important things. So in the last 2 or 3 months, the diaphragm is working. 2 or 3 months before we born, is working the diaphragm, and the lungs is expanding and contraction 2 or 3 months before we born. This is very interesting for our work. So we see very interesting picture. You see, so is you can see in the our right side is the mother, and left side is the child. And the child is getting the milk from his mother. And you see how the movement, this is the diaphragm, these are the lungs, okay? How the diaphragm now is up, the exhalation, and how diaphragm is go down in inhalation. This video is very important to see how is Fitrah breathing natural through Hawk Fitrah breathing. So very interesting. This is very important part of the body, our body, and we can see this is the diaphragm of the baby. It's about not 6 months, not more than 6 months. This is the diaphragm of the baby. You see, Alhamdulillah, is bigger just back side. Here is very big, here is short, here is very, this is very important point because it's six of the fundamental points that I say to come back to the original way of breathing, So this is very, you see the very big here, the diaphragm, and the diaphragm of the human, the mother, and the mama, is very big here. This is very important. So, yes, we will see now. We will do now. We put, yes, we'll move a little bit. So, Bismillah, la ilaha illallah. We will put the finger here, yes, in the belly, soft place, no bones, and four fingers we put back. Yeah, okay? We put back. In the other hand, we put here. So our four fingers just is now in this place. Just is now in this place. Okay? Now, in every breathing, we must feel that our hands will expand, especially these two fingers, okay? So, yes, and we breathe in, and we need to feel the 3-point expanding, and thus we say we are close to the natural breathing, Fitrah breathing, because all trunk is expanding. Again, you remember with the hand you can change in any time. Breathing is come from here, enter to the nose for 16 reasons. Okay, always breathing here, and the air is go down and expanding. The air breathing is go down and expanding. This is why we can feel the four fingers here, and these two, and these two. So in every breathing, the air is come from here, enter, it go there, and go there. We continue a little bit, please. The posture must be okay, right, and natural in a very long breathing. Okay. The 3-point must expand, okay? This is a way how to auto-checking, auto-evaluation is a fundamental way auto-evaluation. So you saw this very, very wonderful video, because here is how the mother is very good breathing, biomechanical breathing, and the baby, not more than 6 months old, is breathing and expanding all the trunk by back, frontal. The trunk is frontal expanding when breathe in, expanding this area down and up by six sides, is expanding the trunk during the inhalation, okay? This is a very important point, okay? So, you can see another, okay, same one. You can see very interesting, this is the diaphragm, okay? This is the diaphragm, and you can see the man just here. You see the column, okay? Where we put the hands was in this area, and this is the diaphragm, okay? It's moving very, very well, and this video is very good one. So we continue. We will see this baby when he was 20 days ago. You see how expanding just the belly expanding, and expanding this area, expanding every breathing, and expanding just the chest. So the baby expand the trunks in the 6 sides. You can see, because the 95% of people, they said that the normal breath must be belly is not correct. Absolutely. The same baby, 3 years old, and you can see how it's moving. Yeah, the chest is expanding. Just here is expanding. And here too is expanding at the same time. Only one movement during the inhalation, all trunk is expanding. This is very important because he is in the natural way of breathing, Fitrah breathing, absolutely. Because we lose this natural way of breathing. We lose. Yes. Now this baby has 7 years old. I need to do another video of this baby. How is expanding? And expanding from here, this area, expanding the median area, and expanding the lower area. At the same time, when breathing, it's expanding the trunk. This is very important thing. This is natural Fitrah breathing, okay? So when we just born, all our system is in the very good condition. But the culture, education, the nerves is doing to us a change, and our biomechanical breathing lose the Fitrah breathing. We are talking about psychosomatic and the influence of the nerves, ego, personality in the body, for good or bad. A good thoughts, a good feelings create a good systems, a good breathing. But shadows, bad thoughts, feelings create a psychosomatic bad way in the body. The fear will in our belly. Something happened to us. Yes, okay. So why I got this idea in my love research, 40 years breathing. I was breathing not okay. And at 4 years old, when I was 4 years old, I was just this one night, possible to die, pneumonia, okay? And so when I was something like 15 years and 18 years old, I said, oh, the physiology of breathing, okay, interesting, but spiritual breathing must be very interesting way to research, okay? Yes. So we continue, and that's why. So, you know, this we can say this is our heart, qalb, okay? And we can, here is the ruh, spirit, light. We can say here is the nafs, or shadow, black, okay? So, you know, heart is all time looking at heart or looking to nafs. Where, in any time, in this moment, where is our position in the level of 7 levels of nafs? Where is now, in which kind of level is our heart? Qalb. We feel us and feel we know which level, because we know qalb is looking sometimes here to the ruh, sometimes to the nafs. Qalb, 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 all time is in function. Our heart is still our die, okay? So the this is the the qalb is sometimes is looking for ruh, sometimes is looking to nafs. We can see now. I got that, okay? We can say this is the qalb, this is the ruh, and this is the nafs, okay? And where is looking for? Anyway, we can say another way, mithal, this is the breathing, okay? This is the body, and this is the nafs, personality, ego. So the breathing is between body, jism, and nafs, ego, personality, nafs, okay? It's between. So the breathing is the consequence of that and that. If we have, for instance, a feeling of fear, the body will be contracted, okay? But if we are in a high level of nerves, we are in calm, the spirit is shining, our body will expand. Our body jism will expand, smiling and so on. Yes? And we can say breathing, tanafus, we can say in this place or action is the spirit, ruh, spirit, ruh, tanafus, breath. This is very important. And how from or by our Fitrah breathing, a good way the function our biomechanical breathing, we can change for better nafs, ego, and body. We will see later. All time, qalb is changing to one place and another place, and how ruh can do something to the qalb or nurse can do something to the calf. Okay, the great Al-Ghazali, knowledge of ourselves. Listen, we can know to ourselves through our biomechanical breathing. And we can know to ourselves through our body. And the breathing is between, body and ego. All is integrated, all is in connection. So this interesting about the Fitrah breathing, what happened with us in the biomechanical breathing respiratory system, because this crawling is between 6 and 12 months. Before 6 months, the belly is very soft and the baby has a predominio of expanding, a little bit expanding the belly, only a little bit predominio of the belly, okay? But now in this time, crawling, this muscle will be firm and very, 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 very assist power. Yes. And so all the belly cage and the thoracic cage will be at the same level and expanding at the same level. At the same level is expanding. We will do 1 minute now exercise, okay? Here is the point, another 4 fingers, and now inhalation. And the normal trunk will expand the same side, this area or and this area. Yes? Okay, we continued. So, yes. So, we continue. When biomechanical respiratory is okay in a good proper way of breathing, we can say that this way of breathing is the mother of medicines. I research why happened that. Why happened that? So, because Fitrah breathing, all the respiratory system is in the proper way and natural of breathing, all the system is in the proper way of his posture, okay? For instance, so the belly is in, the diaphragm can't go down freely. So the belly ring must be free, must be in natural state. one very important thing, because I think I didn't write here in the PowerPoint, is as follows. The secret of biomechanical breathing, of Fitrah breathing, is in the place of the abdominal ring and hip. This area, abdominal ring and hip, just this area, here is the secret of breathing, Fitrah breathing. The secret is there. It must be in the proper way of posture, and all things are here, like stomach and the liver and so on, must be in their natural position. This is important. So the secret of the Fitrah breathing, biomechanical respiratory, is just this ring 360-degree and hip. The secret of breathing is here. Remember that we, when the body like breathe in, is the diaphragm who is go down, okay? And do you know what is the secret of the Fitrah breathing? Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah wa shukrillah. Yes, we will say that the secret of Fitrah, the secret of the secret is just where we put the 4 fingers, but must expand in every breathing, must expand this area for 6 very important reasons. We will see someone later in advance. Okay, the secret of the secret is here, and we can say some ideas very, very interesting about that. The secret of the secret is here. So perhaps if you put here your 4 fingers, you will not feel how expand during breathing. Possible? No, because a few people, but the baby is expanding. And me too, yes. So breathing must inhabit ourselves and giving yourself permission to inhabit your own body. Care for the body, because Allah gave us the body like a loan, okay? Amana. So you see how the interaction is if the diaphragm is this area, diaphragm and qalb, heart. How is moving? How is the interaction? How is the interaction? The diaphragm and the blood. Yes, the diaphragm and heart. There. So, and here you can see the interaction, physical interaction of the heart with the diaphragm. This is very important place, okay? Okay. So, this is the 7 essential aspect of human being. You know, I think the most of people, you know that, okay? That's the body, the ego, character, akhlaq, heart, aql, intellect, spirit, ruh, and I add the 7-1 breath. Why? Why tanafus? Nafas Rahmani. Because Allah made the create it between His Nafas Rahmani, and so very important for us is our breathing. You know, now our body is getting the perfect way of oxygen. The cycle of breathing is moving all our body. It's moving this area, it's moving this area too. So the 7-point breath, because we were created by Nafas al-Rahmani, in every breathing is Nafas al-Rahmani gave us his breath, and because the air, our biomechanical system move very, very much our body. It change our body for good or for bad. Psychosomatic way, you know. So I said 7 points is interesting, fundamental, okay? You know better than me about that, okay? So we continue. Yeah. Um, yes. So 8 pillars of Fitrah Breathing, Respiratory Psychotherapy. You know how you breathe? You know how is the natural breathing? Fitrah breathing, baby breathing. Do you know that psychosomatic, the nerves will interfere for bad in our breathing, biomechanical system? For the habits, many years with habit good or nice. Many people breathing with the belly in. Okay. 5, be awareness the posture, because it's important. We remember that the Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the shoulder was not that. The shoulder is the hadith, the shoulder is in this position. The enough distance between the two shoulders. Okay? This is the way. So the posture is very important to be number 6, connection between psycho-emotional conflict, okay? Psychosomatic way. And another one is we must be free of mind to accept the proper way of reading or another ideas. Our heart must be open to accept hack ideas. So now 1 minute, 1 minute of breathing, but now we come back to the same four fingers, 1 fingers, and here. A very deep and long breathing, especially breathing, okay? Must expand all trunk at the same time and all must expand. We continue a little bit more. All must expand. 6 signs of the trance, and this is Fitrah breathing, and because they proceed to become Fitrah breathing, natural way of breathing, we need to do psychotherapy because the body has the fire of our black emotions, okay? So we continue. We can see how it's moving the diaphragm. Yes. How it's moving the diaphragm, and the white part is the phrenic part. Very important. You know the heart. And how the connection is physically the diaphragm and heart for good body health and spiritual health and mental health. Must be so very, very, okay? So to come back to the natural way of breathing, we are talking about physiology, the anatomy and movement, and we can say not only physiological way, we can say phenomenological thought, because if now we feel our breathing, this is phenomenological way, thought. How is the taste of my breathing? Is I feel expanding al bust, I feel pressure, it's good movement, free movement, we will feel much pressure and more saliva, okay? How I thought taste my breathing, inhalation and exhalation. I feel pleasure, expanding life inside me. I feel inside me joy, happy. I feel in connection with me. I feel my body is warming. 100 of taste thoughts we can feel. Phenomenological way. That's a very important way. Feeling thought. So, physical and emotion and feeling. Spiritual way, of course. Existential and philosophical way. This is when it's moving our body, when we are. So how it's moving? You know, the diaphragm is like a pyramid. Okay, this is why I say you see will something. You say alveol, the alveol, and the red is the oxygen, and now the blood is the dioxide. Okay. Now again, you see the sphere, you see the wonderful Allahu Akbar changing. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So our lungs, another very important thing about the Fitrah breathing, natural breathing, and health of the body, the way is that this blood, this color of blood, this is the posterior inferior of the lobe. Okay, very big one is 60% of the all air that go in our lungs. This is very important thing. In which part this in which part of our body is just here. It's not here. It's not here. Just is here. You see? Just is here. This is another argument, another very important idea why the lower back must expand during inhalation. Okay. You see how the diaphragm is go down and the lungs are expanding. It's like a pyramid. It's like a end. It's like a bell, you know? Okay? The inhalation and exhalation, okay? The diaphragm is a very big muscles and is horizontal. So we can see some picture of the trunk, you see, the thoracic cavity, abdominal cavity, and pelvic cavity. Is this, the trunk is expanding during the inhalation by the sick side, back, front, lateral, down, and down, okay? Okay. So, another, why the natural breathing? How is the trend of natural breathing? You know, Sanjao Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, you need or you can find knowledge also in China, okay? So, this is the trunk, okay? This area is the trunk, one area, medium area, lower area, all must expand during the inhalation, and the Taoism and Chinese medicine said, if the Sanjiao, because the trunk is the Sanjiao, there is not energy is stanked, so all body will be in well hands because the energy is flowing, the energy is working, is flowing in all body. This is why we said Fitrah breathing, all the body, all the trunk must be expanding during the inhalation. So we can say when the inhalation, the breathing is thoracic breathing, and the belly is in, is the worst way of breathing. Is the worst way of breathing. And we can say when it's abdominal, it's not the Fitrah breathing. Because the baby don't breathe in this way. Okay. When we come back in the procedure of Fitrah breathing, it's the procedure of psychotherapy. Our body will be better, our mind will be better in any respect, and we can stay in everyday life in the best condition because the body is okay. So, return to Fitrah breathing. It's why we lose Fitrah breathing, natural hack. We lose, okay? So we need to awaken our Fitrah breathing because it's inside us. It's sleeping, and we need to 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 call to the door of biomechanical respiratory breathing, to call for awakening the natural wave of breathing, Fitrah breathing, that is there sleeping and must awake. We will get more healthy body and so on, okay? So sometimes many people normally all over the world, they teach how to breathe, expanding the belly. Sorry, it's not correct. Absolutely, it's not correct. It's artificial way and create many illness pathology. I wrote that, okay? One thing. So, orient again the hadith of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Buddha, the great Buddha, about 500 years before Jesus Christ, Isa, alayhi salam, said, the Buddha said, in the Canon Pali is the book where the Buddha teach and listen the Muridin. The Canon Pali in the Canon Pali is not writing the biomechanical breathing, is not writing that the breathing must be belly. It's absolutely nothing writing there, and it's the best book about the great Buddha. But people teach to breathe belly. It's not correct, okay? So little bit like last imagine. Now we will breathe again, please, because Al-Ghazali said action. Knowledge must be in action. Now we put here the hands, okay, in the soft area, okay, and now the shoulder must be okay, back and down the shoulders, and we breathe in very long and deep. And feel, taste, walk, you are breathing. Must expand this area every breath in, because this is natural. Okay? And now we will put the hands here, yes, about 4 fingers down the belly, the ombligo, yeah. And we breathe in very long. At the same time, we put here the thumb, again, here, must expand. And we put the other hand here, the 3 point must expand. This is natural Fitrah breathing. All expand. This frontal area, one of the 6 sides, must expand. And if we do very quickly, must expand too. When we do dhikra together or individual, of course we need breathing, and we need a proper way how to do that. Okay? Some people, do hadra, hey Allah, must be okay. Hey, oh, this movement, hey, hey, Allah, hey, Allah, hey, Allah, hey, Allah. We have no time to explain about 30 minutes about the signs of this movement. In the madrasas, learning the Quran, the children do this movement, okay? And so, Yes, I will be a little bit quickly. Fitrah various ways practice for different purpose. Okay, different purpose we can employ the Fitrah breathing, but must be natural. Biomechanical must be free from the ego nerves, from the fire, from the fear of ego. Fire and fear of ego must be free because this is not the way. This is the way. Okay? So we can employ Fitrah breathing, but now our biomechanical breathing, and if it is free from the ego, not alhamdulillah, we can do better salat and better dhikra and so and so and so and so and so. So I will see something now. Okay, you see, this is the trunk, okay? This is the trunk, okay? The abdominal cage and thoracic cage. It's a little bit more bigger, the abdominal cage. This is interesting. So this is the diaphragm, okay? What happened? Exactly this happened in our body. Exactly it is that. But this and this must be in a proper way picture, and all the system must be in the way, normal and natural way, okay? So we can, for daily life, this breathing, of course, and for many things we can. Sometimes we do the dhikra very quickly. Something like, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya. I can see time. Ya Latif, 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 Ya Latif. Hey Allah, Hey Allah, Hey Allah, Hey Allah, Hey Allah, Hey Allah, Hey Allah. So breath is all the time with us because in the time we are dying, breath is the last one, exhalation, and our ruh is okay. So to prevent uh, uh, mental illness too, for instance, now we will do another position just here, okay? We breathe very long and deeper. Must expand this area, intercostal ribs, okay? Very important because after diaphragm is the part of the body more important in breathing, okay? All body, all trunk is expanding at the same time, is forming like a bell, okay? Now we will do very quickly movement, hyperventilation. We will feel what happened in our brain, in our mind, in our brain, in our heart, okay? Only 30 seconds. Okay, we feel what's happening now with us. Not many thoughts here, vital energy, نفس المطمئن a little bit. Our lung, we can breathe in easy, warming, many things. So, a proper way of a biomechanical system, respiratory system, when function in a proper way, how to do, we can do, from that, we can do thousands of techniques, okay? Thousands techniques. Some techniques, they call it fermentation kapalabhati, or they say something, another kind of techniques, okay? For vital state, we can do another thing, something, we put the hand here, when breathing must expand this area, and we will do at first very slowly, so the air will exhalation from the left, in inhalation for say, continuous, only 30 seconds, total 50 seconds more, please. And the effect that has this kind of breathing, but when we do by the biomechanical Fitrah breathing, this is the proper way to do with wonderful. Okay. And for many things we can employ during years, I was researching how Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam he breathed. You know, the level of the base of the creation. But there is some hadith talking about this area, about the shoulders, distance, about the chest and the belly. And I wrote an article talking about that, okay? So we can, one thing for relaxing and working activation, the parasympathetic system, and especially the vagus nervus. Vagus because now it's going to hurt, is touching the liver or lungs and so on. This nervous is very, very important when we do tonification in it, we feel a very pressure way, and we feel nafas al-mutmaina, and we feel a good state when we are doing the process of mushahada and muraqaba. Okay? So, physical exercise, of course, we need to breathe, okay? I do exercise from I was 7 years old, and now, especially 4 days, I do exercise, especially the 4 days, 1 hour about. Yes, okay, swimming and so on. So, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we said about to do how work the body and to do exercise, okay? And for doing exercise, we need a good breathing, okay? A free breathing we need. A free biomechanical breathing we need, okay? This is why, this is the 5 or 6 way, what set when exercise or sport, you know, okay? Alhamdulillah, that's okay. And for another, always, please, we must return to natural way of biomechanical breathing, please. So Ibn Arabi, the true man in right man is who is the master of breath. Sure, and I say, the true man in rise is who is the master of his diaphragm, and so the breaths. The master of diaphragms, because diaphragm is talking to this area and this area is talking, okay? So I will be a little bit quick because now it's 3 o'clock. So the Nafas al-Rahmani is more closer to us than our proper breathing, you know? The mystery, the secret is there, is here. Okay, okay. So the yellow is diaphragm, very close to heart, in physiological level and a spiritual level. We can listen of our heart, and we can put our dhikra in the heart, and especially in the left ventricle. Okay. A dimension spiritual, psycho-emotional, governance, economic, of course, energetic, family, sexual. Yes, all these 10 and more dimension of the respiratory system. Listen, when biomechanical is okay, you can see how these 10 items will be, okay? So you can see how it's moving. This is why here we put the hands, okay? I will be a little bit quickly, okay? So we put here the hands, okay, in this place. This is the diaphragm. It's go down, expanding all this area. It's a massage to all these organs, okay? And this is the lungs. This is I made this video, and I have the article about 7,000 words talking about what is happening here. Okay, the diaphragm is the mediator between the lower area and here. It's like a mirror is talking, you know. So we can from the knowledge of Quran and Sunnah and hadith, we can talk about the diaphragm. We can talk about the Fitrah breathing. We can talk about lung, about so and so. Okay, okay. So the power of diaphragm, the power, because the diaphragm is a muscle of much power. Now, you remember emotion, nerves. Oh, I don't like to lie. I don't like to work. So, hey, Yihat Akbar, what happened? Hey, remember me? No! Why not? Come on! Allahu Akbar! Diaphragm is working and doing many things when go down, because diaphragm, we call the diaphragm the second heart, because move much blood, you know, blood, heart, in the physical way and a spiritual way, please. And the diaphragm, so a little bit quickly, and you know this area, perhaps the name, because we have not good translation, the Nukta attacker. This area, this point, please. Taka is energy, prana, chi in Chinese, ki in Japanese, in Arabic language is taka, energy. And we can see the energy in the sky. We can see this energy in the sky. With the eyes, we can see, okay? So when the Fitrah breathing, the biomechanical is okay, we are activation this very power point. And we are working, is the hip who is working and moving the legs, and we are working with this point. Nuktbak Taka is moving the walking. So when natural breathing, this area nukta taka is in motion energy, and the another one McMahon or the we call the door of the life is a very important energy, because it's the energy we can when just we born. Okay, so must think we can, inshallah, when we will do inshallah the training, we will work and say something much about that. Okay, it's necessary to put in action this movement with the diaphragm, who is the master of his diaphragm, is the master of their breath. Okay, these 3 points here, Nutbataka, and here is the heart and so on. Okay, here's the Elma. So, and we can say something about this technique, especially in the next year, and how to work by a natural biomechanical way, how to work these points. Yes, these areas, subtle area, latif areas. So my book, if it is edition. So the fatter fight to the ego dragon with the inhalation. Okay, so I will very quickly. So the noble posture, you remember the hadith with the distance, no in this way, the Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in this position, this is the, for Fitrah breathing, this is the way, not that. Okay, now the posture position. Okay, and you know, must be the position, the normal position. This is the hadith, you know, how Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in this position, we can just evaluate this area, okay? This is very interesting idea, because he, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he sometimes sit down in this position, okay? And we can touch the interesting reason. Okay, very quickly, how working? So I read, I write an article about 7,000 words talking about the through or by the actual science of walking. I explain this hadith of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, how he was walking. Okay. So, so this is respiratory. Why this is hadith? There are more hadiths, and I say, okay, it's okay, that's okay, this okay. The breathing must be okay. You know, okay, you know the level. Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. So, to put in action our breathing, our knowledge, and so very quickly. we must, the asabiyya, the sukba just inside us must be all together in integration, all system, integration the body, integration the heart, integration the brain, akal, character, all must be integrated, okay? And we work too, the voice, but the voice needs hey, 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 hey. Okay, good. And okay, 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 okay. I will get away with missing something, but it's not. I will leave the okay now. Okay.
Allah, Allah,
الله
Allah.
أكبر لا إله إلا الله وحده لا
La
شريك
ilaha
له
illallah.
له الملك وله الحمد الله أكبر.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Jazakallah khairan, dear Ustad Abdallah Tawfiq, for this tremendous lecture and presentation. I think I speak from the behalf of all of our participants that we really enjoyed it. MashaAllah, so many new ways of reflecting upon our breath. And I think for all of us who are interested in holistic health, this is crucial. How do we connect our breath, our nafas, with our well-being generally? How have we been disconnected from our fitrah breathing, the way that children were born in the state of fitrah, where we didn't have any anxiety that disconnected the breath from the sadr into the stomach. So just to reflect upon all these gems that you have shared with us and disseminated with us, dear Ustad, has been very, at least I can speak from all the comments in the chat, and I'm sure our participants would agree, eye-opening and mind-opening and heart-opening, you know. And one thing that I'm thought about is that the word nefes, as you say, comes from nefs, right? Nefs and nefes have the same connotation. So our soul was given to us through the breath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as our wasila and connected towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why the breath is so essential in our health and in our connection towards Allah Azza wa Jal. So I think many of the things you said was great reminders for all of us to be mindful about it. In this day and age where it's all about fast communication, going from one meeting to another, everything is about production rather than reflection and contemplation, then we need to be even more mindful of our breath as a way of connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Through the breath as one of the connectors and wasila. So round of applause, dear brothers and sisters, to our excellent Ustad, Abdallah Tawfiq. We really appreciate it. We're looking forward for doing the master course in Fitrah Breathing under your excellent leadership, dear Ustad. And I really think that we all will benefit from it, specifically people that are working with trauma works, that are working with trauma and healing. I think that this approach will be very beneficial. Dear Ustad, we're over time, so I'm mindful of your time, by the way. We past the 1:30 p.m. GMT. There was a couple of questions. So let me just ask one of them, and then inshallah we will invite you again soon to do more lectures and workshops with us, which will be such an honor. So thank you so much for giving out of your precious time, dear Ustad. So the question is, with regards to, let me see here again. Some of the participants are asking for the book, Ustad. Could you share the title of the book in English to us, please?
Not yet, not yet. We tried in America and I not, but it has now, because it's translated in English but not published. But now I think it's the time to publish this book.
Okay, inshallah. So
Yes.
we will help you, inshallah. We have a lot of connections with book publishing houses. Actually, we're establishing an ISIP, our own book publishing house as well. So inshallah, we will discuss that. There is a question here from Dr. Amina. She's asking, how does the Fitrah breathing relate to heart-focused breathing, heart math?
Yes. Can you repeat me?
Of course. So how does the Fitrah breathing relate to the heart-focused breathing and heart math?
I don't know. Can you please write?
So let me share it in
Yes.
the chat again. Sister Tree, okay, Sister Tree has
Is it
shared
like
it in
to?
the chat. So
I
how
am
does
looking for just
the last question in the chat, if you can look at that one, Ustad.
message. The last breathing, breathe to heart focus breathing, heart much. Okay. Yes. Many reasons in physiological and spiritual way is related breathing, diaphragm, and and heart.
All right.
Now, if we get a very long breathing, our southern chest will expand and our physical heart will be better, okay? And we can, in many things, but I need to say some one more. For instance, I many times in a day, I do a dhikr that inhalation, all I put in the left side, right side, all Allah, 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 or, and I see the name of Allah, and with the heart, I put the name of Allah in qalb, Allah, 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 just in the left ventricular, I put the name of Allah, 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 Allah. So this is two ways how to say is in combination in relation. Okay.
Awesome. Barakallahu fikum, barakallahu fikum, Ustad. Ustad, we're mindful of your time. We'll take one more question briefly. So the PowerPoint presentation, Ustad, are you able to share them? If so, would you share it with us so we can share it with the participants? Will that be okay, Ustad? The PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, I see another
All right.
one is how breathing helps with depression and anxiety. Okay, the state. Okay,
Yeah, that's
okay,
a great question. Because, Ustad, before you answer, this is a question that also many counselors and psychologists would like to ask.
okay.
When person has trauma, sometimes they have very difficulty breathing, and sometimes when they start to breathe like diaphragmatic breathing, it could almost evoke some of their traumas and they get re-triggered. So how do we address that?
Can you repeat, please?
So, yo hablar en español para ti.
Okay.
So, personas que tienes trauma, por favor, si usted tú que explicar cuando personas haciendo nufus, una persona que tiene trauma es una cosa que muchas difícil. Y cuando nosotros trabajando con estas personas.
Well, uh, well, the normal way, the body, the southern chest, and so on must be in a best way. You know, when we are talking or working with another person, we can evaluate how the person breathes. It is important because can say many things about his state of mind, and we can do something for this person doing that must do a very long breathing and trace every breathing he does. Okay, I don't know if this answer I gave you is answer to the question.
Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu fikum, Ustad. We're very mindful of your time, so we're gonna let you go now, Ustad. I know you have other obligations, inshallah. Dear brothers and sisters, please round of applause to our Ustad Abdallah Tawfiq for this amazing lecture and presentation that he has done for us. Inshallah, please join our WhatsApp group for the ISIP Fitrah Breathing. We're going to do some courses with Ustad Abdallah Tawfiq soon. We will update you guys as soon as possible with regards to when these courses will start. Also, please register yourself for this lecture if you want to have access to the PowerPoint presentation, inshallah. We will have another lecture in 2 weeks, the last Saturday of the month, and more information about that lecture will be disseminated as soon as possible through our WhatsApp group, social media platforms, and newsletter and website. From the behalf of ISIP, Sister Nadira, Sister Tri, myself, Sister Dania, Sister Mediha, and rest of the excellent team, we want to thank you, Ustad Abdallah Tawfiq, from all of our brothers and sisters, all of our participants. They all really benefited. Thank you so much, Ustad, for giving out of your precious time and allowing us to learn from your sacred knowledge, inshallah. May Allah preserve you, may Allah expand you, and may Allah always grant you tawfiq, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan, Ustad. Please extend our greetings to your family. We'll be in touch soon, inshallah. Thank you for giving out of your precious time. Round of applause to your brothers and sisters, to Ustad Abdallah Tawfiq, inshallah. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum.